As of December 2022, in the history of Major League Baseball, there have been 318 no-hitters recorded. 23 of those have been perfect games. No-hitters are definitely impressive, but there have been 40 no-hitters recorded since the last perfect game thrown by King Felix on August 8, 2012. In fact, there were 3 perfect games pitched that year alone. King Felix, Matt Cain, and Philip Humber. 19 of the 23 pitchers to throw a perfect game were either Hall of Famers, Cy Young Award winners, or All-Stars. The other 4 pitchers? Charlie Robertson, Don Larson, Dallas Braden, and Philip Humber. For Robertson and Braden, they were both having great years when they threw their perfect games. Charlie had a 1.11 ERA+, while Dallas had a 1.17 ERA+. Now you could argue Don Larson had the most unlikely perfect game, but that's more because his perfect game was thrown in the World Series in 1956. Larson had a 1.19 ERA+, and was having a career year to that point. And that brings us back to Philip Humber. Philip Humber, the former 3rd pick in the 2004 draft, went from minor league deal to minor league deal before landing in Chicago. And in Philip's perfect game season, he ended the year with a 6.44 ERA and a 66 ERA+. By August, he was placed in the bullpen, and in November, he was placed on waivers. This is the story of the most unexpected perfect game in MLB history. Hi, I'm Blue, and this is the 7th inning stretch. Thank you guys so much for the support and feedback in my last video. I really do appreciate all you guys. If you guys want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe so I know you guys are enjoying this content. And now without further ado, grab a snack, take a seat, let's get back into it. Philip Humber was picked 3rd overall in the 2004 draft right behind Justin Verlander. Chosen over Jared Weaver and Stephen Drew, Humber was seen as a safe pick. His fastball clocked in the mid to high 90s with run and sink, and he also had a nice curveball with a changeup and splitter as well. Philip was rated as the 50th best prospect coming into the 2005 season. He had 14 starts in Class A before getting promoted to AA, and in his first start in AA, he left after 4 innings with elbow pain that caused him to get Tommy John surgery. Miraculously, he came back a lot sooner than expected, and just a year and 12 days after his surgery, he got promoted back to AA. Then, just months later, Philip was called up in September, but as a relief pitcher if needed. He made 2 appearances out of the pen, including his Major League debut on September 24, 2006, where he pitched a scoreless inning, striking out 1 batter against the Nationals. It was also noted that Philip Humber didn't have the same velocity that he once had before his surgery, now ranging from 89 to 92 miles per hour on his fastball. Coming into the 2007 season, Humber was ranked as the number 4 prospect in the Mets system, and in 25 starts in AAA, Humber recorded 11-9 record with a 4.27 ERA and 139 innings pitched. Again, in the 2007 season, Humber was called up in September. However, the Mets decided to start Mike Pelfrey, who they picked 9th overall in the 2005 draft. Philip Humber made 2 relief appearances, but then after the Mets lost 8 of 12 games and decreased their division lead down to 2 games over the Phillies, the Mets wanted to give Pedro Martinez an extra day of rest, therefore giving Humber his first opportunity to start. At the time, this was seen as a desperation move by the Mets. Philip Humber pitched 4 innings, giving up 5 earned runs on 6 hits. The Mets ended up losing the game, but Humber got the no decision. Philip ended the year with a 7.71 ERA and 7 innings pitched. Oof. In 2008, the Minnesota Twins were shopping 2-time Cy Young Award winner Johan Santana after he declined a 4-year, $80 million deal to stay with the Twins. Therefore, on February 2, 2008, Philip Humber was traded to the Minnesota Twins with Carlos Gomez and 2 prospects for Johan Santana. Humber spent most of the 2008 season in AAA until late August, just after he was named minor league pitcher of that month. Again, Philip was called out of the bullpen, where he appeared in 5 games with a 4.64 ERA and 11 2/3 innings. With injury to the Twins bullpen, Philip Humber made the opening roster in 2009 as a long reliever. After he pitched 2 scoreless appearances, throwing 1 inning each, he gave up 3 runs in each of his next 2 appearances, which was enough for the Twins to designate Philip for assignment. He then cleared waivers and was assigned to AAA. In 23 games, he had a 7-9 record with a 5.94 ERA and 119 2/3 innings pitched. On December 15, 2009, Humber would sign a minor league contract with the Kansas City Royals, and after a rough spring, he would again start the 2010 season in AAA. After the Royals designated Jose Guillen for assignment, Philip was called up on August 5th, and on August 25th, Philip Humber got his first win of his career when he threw 3 scoreless innings against the Tigers. He finished the 2010 season with a 2-1 record in 8 games, with a 4.5 ERA. Again, Philip was designated for assignment in December 2010. After being claimed by the A's, he was waived and picked up by the Chicago White Sox on January 18, 2011. With Jake Peavy being injured, Philip Humber made a start on April 9, 2011 against the Rays, where he went 6 2/3 innings, only allowing 1 earned run. By early July, he led the majors with 103 2/3 innings pitched, and he had an 8-4 record with a 2.69 ERA. Unfortunately, after his first start in July, he had a 7.52 ERA in his next 5 starts, going 0-4 in 26 1/3 innings pitched. Then, on August 18th, he was struck in the head by a line drive. He was then placed on the 15-day DL list, and he came back to make his final starts of the season. He ended the season with a 9-9 record with a 3.75 ERA in 163 innings pitched, which was the best season of his career. Philip Humber signed a 1-year contract for $530,000 to stay with the Chicago White Sox. From 2006 through 2010, Philip Humber had a 2-1 record with a 5.26 ERA and an ERA plus of 83 in 51 innings pitched, which means he was a below average pitcher, and I don't like calling players a bust, just because of how hard any professional sport is, but at this point of his career, being drafted one spot after Justin Verlander, it was kinda hard to see otherwise. He was a below average pitcher, but somehow, on April 21st, 2012, Philip Humber did the nearly impossible. Philip Humber threw 9 innings, striking out 9 hitters, while enforcing 5 grounders and 13 fly balls in 96 total pitches. It was the 21st perfect game in MLB history. Philip Humber even received a phone call from former President Barack Obama, and he also appeared on The Late Show. He followed up his perfect game with an ERA of 7.47 in his next 10 starts in 53 innings pitched. Then he was placed on the 15-day DL list on June 22nd, missing the next month. In the second half, he mostly came out of the bullpen, but he still had a 7.16 ERA in 34 2/3 innings pitched. Philip Humber started the season throwing a perfect game, but unfortunately, he couldn't recreate any of that magic going forward. He ended the season with a 5-5 record with a 6.44 ERA and a 66 ERA plus, which is the worst season ERA and ERA plus by a pitcher that threw a perfect game. On November 30th, 2012, the Astros claimed Philip Humber off waivers, where he locked up the 3 spot in the pitching rotation. Unfortunately for Philip, he started the season with an 0-7 record with an ERA of 8.82, and he was placed back in the bullpen, where he also gave up another 5 runs in 2 innings pitched. Philip Humber was designated for assignment again, before briefly getting brought back up to 8 innings in August. After this season, Philip Humber was outrighted off the Astros 40-man roster. In 2014, Philip Humber played AAA for the A's. Then, he went to Korea to play baseball in 2015. Then, in December 2015, Philip Humber signed a minor league contract with the San Diego Padres, before being released just before the season started to officially end his professional career. Philip Humber ended his career with a 16-23 record, with a 5.31 ERA and 371 innings pitched in 8 seasons. He also had a career 81 ERA+, which was the lowest of any pitcher to throw a perfect game. But at the end of the day, this is what makes baseball so great. Philip Humber had one of the most unexpected turns in baseball history. The one big-time prospect failed with the team he got drafted by, became a key piece in a mega trade, went from minor league contract to minor league contract just to become a journeyman. But on April 21st, 2012, Philip Humber was the perfect pitcher, and no one could take that away from him. But was this the most unexpected perfect game in MLB history? Let me know in the comment section. If you guys like this video, I would really appreciate you guys hitting the like button. And please subscribe for more content. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Blue out. Peace.